Good evening, guys. Welcome you all to the GRE Edge online seminar. How are you guys doing? Good evening, Swapnil, Saumya, Shrikar, Tarun, Ulas, Uday, Vivek. Thank you all for the cooperation. Good evening, all of you. Welcome you all once again. Hope you all had a very nice day today. To make your day even better, we have a special guest seminar today. And we have a superb guest with us today. She's a very sweet girl with a high grade GRE score. So to talk about her, I'm really happy and it's my privilege to talk about her today. So first let us begin with who is a guest for today. Let us see who is going to be the guest. Today our guest is Manjari Sethi. She is a final year engineering student, final year computer science engineering student from VES Institute of Technology, Mumbai. And she has secured a massive GRE score of 325. And the best part is she has secured 161 in her verbal section. A 160 plus in verbal section is almost impossible for most students, but she has managed to do it. Now, her key interests are in mobile computing, and she looks forward for a great career in the in a good IT firm. And to me, Manjari is a very good planner. She plans very well, and she's a very nice person to talk and to interact. She's a very sweet girl, and not all students, when they are in the final year, they do not spend so much time for sharing their views and sharing their experiences with all the students who are preparing for GRE. But we should all be thankful to Manjari for accepting the invitation with GRE Edge. Now, shall we all welcome Manjari together? Yes? Okay. So now I'm going to welcome Manjari here. She's going to share all the information that she knows about the GRE exam. Over to Manjari. Manjari, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Hi.
Welcome to GRE Edge online seminar, Manjari.
Thank you. It's an honor for me.
Okay. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. Not all students generally do that. Thank you for accepting our invitation and allocating time for interacting with our students at GRE Edge.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. Alright, guys. Today, Manjari is going to share all her information about her GRE preparations and how she managed to get a massive GRE score. So now, shall we all proceed to the seminar? Okay. Okay. So all of the students here are very eager. Now, shall we begin, Manjari?
Sure. I am ready.
Okay. So Manjari, why did you particularly choose to do masters, and especially why in United States?
See, basically in current times, just doing an undergraduate course isn't really that helpful. I mean, everywhere you have to specialize in something if you want a quick success in your career. And secondly, USA is very well known for all the opportunities provided. They welcome you international students very well, as well as they have all kind of research facilities and all. I do have some plans to do some research work later on. I may get interested in later life. So US seemed to be a perfect place to go for my higher studies.
Definitely, that's true. The research
and also apart from yeah, and also that it helps you to expand your entire knowledge base, and it's a very well known fact to all GRE aspirants that better salary and a better job is also a view that we always have in our minds. So yeah, that's why US.
Yes, that's very true. A lot of students prefer United States just because of the maturity in the research front it has reached. So you have also chosen for that particular reason. So what is going to be your specialization in your master's, Manjari?
I'm particularly aiming for computer science, MS in computer science. The main reason being I'm currently interested in a lot of domains, some of them being cryptography, then mobile computing. I don't want to restrict myself to any particular domain. Like if I take up something like say computer network, MS in computer networking, then I'll have to stick with the same subject throughout. But I want to explore a little more. Also, another reason is people with MS in computer science have a wider range of jobs available after they are done with their masters. So, taking all that, weighing all these points, I decided to go in for computer science.
All right. I mean, in the interview which we conducted, you said that mobile computing, artificial intelligence, and cryptography to be your major specialization interests. I would definitely say I've heard and read about all these only in books and movies. Is it true, guys? Yes, we've heard about artificial intelligence, cryptography, and all only in movies, or only few people would have gathered good information about these specializations. When you have a lot of other options like management information systems, data mining, and cybersecurity, such fields to be blooming now, why did you choose only these these three particular courses?
See, all these things are like, they have been there for many years. There's nothing, I personally don't find them interesting right now. Cryptography and artificial intelligence seems to be booming. They're coming up now and they are quite interesting as well. People who have those brains, you know, when you see something in movie and you are interested, oh wow, this looks so good. Even I want to do that. So creating something of similar kind is more exciting, right? So also mobile computing, because we personally have been using all these apps and all on your cell phone throughout the day. So how about creating something new? How about making something which helps people? So that, all those stuff actually interested me a lot. So there is no particular MS specialization field right now which is only for MC or only for artificial intelligence. All these comes under a wide horizon called computer science. So out of all, I chose this one.
Okay, that's really nice. Now, Manjari, I just what was your target score in your GRE exam? Did you manage to reach your target score?
Well, to be frank, I actually anticipated to score 170 or closer by in quants, and I never expected a score in verbal, because I wasn't really so great in my verbal right from start of my preparation. So 170 in quant and 157 in verbal was my ideal target score. Although I scored a little lower in quant section, still my verbal score actually compensated really well. I was really glad that I could cross my 160 mark in verbal.
That's really, we are able to feel it in your voice. It's really something really great, because 160 plus is not an easy task. All the students here would definitely acknowledge that. Is it true, guys? How do you find this 160 plus score to be? Is it really possible? Awesome, says Rohini. Amazing, says Priya. Brilliant, says Balasubramanian. It's awesome. So definitely it's a very good score. So congratulations for that. And now, Manjari, how did you set your target score? Why did you actually select this target score? Was it based on any particular university that you wanted to apply to?
No, not really. Almost all universities, all good universities want you to score as good as possible in quants, because quants is something that you have been studying throughout your school and college age. But verbal, especially for good colleges, a good verbal score does matter. They know that quant is something everybody will manage somehow, but verbal is one place which becomes your deciding factor in most of the universities. So I actually aimed for 157 because some universities I had seen 155 seems to be the cutoff in most of the good universities. And quants, as far as possible, you should try to score 170 on 170. That will become your good factor, visible factor over there. So overall, roughly I decided, okay, 117 quant and 157 in verbal should make me eligible for most of the good universities.
Definitely. You've shared your dream universities. So Georgia Tech, Carnegie Mellon University, UCLA are very good universities, and most probably for your great score, you will definitely make it into these universities or any good university in the US. Now, why did you shortlist these universities, Manjari?
See, I wasn't really aware, but these are the few universities which come under top 10 to 15 universities in USA, and the location in which they are situated and all is really good. All opportunities. I have many seniors over there. Few relatives stay around. So weighing all that factors, I could round down on my dream list.
Wow, that's really nice. Now, guys, are you aware about who invented computer graphics? Computer graphics is something which all of us like, isn't it? Even in a movie, even in animation. So we keep, we get fascinated when we come across computer graphics. Yes or no? How about CAD, computer aided design? Lot of mechanical engineers, lot of you would have known about this. Just for your information, the father of this computer graphics, Ivan Sutherland, and a former United States President, Jimmy Carter, are alumni of these universities which Manjari has mentioned. So in future, Manjari will also become someone great like that. We hope so.
Yeah, even I hope so.
That will definitely happen. So guys, we'll be discussing more about GRE preparations by Manjari. How did she manage to score high? And we'll be discussing about what all the hurdles she crossed, how easily or how difficult was it for her to manage. We'll also have a interactive session with Manjari. So you can just stay in touch. You can keep posting your questions. I'll be happy to answer all your questions and happy to post your questions to Manjari. Okay. Now, shall we proceed? Now we are going to discuss about Manjari GRE preparations. That is what we were all waiting for, isn't it? Yes, now she's going to share all that with us. Now, Manjari, when did you think about your masters? When did you first think about your masters?
Actually, I think it was around December when I was in SEM 5th, when I saw some of my classmates preparing for their GRE exams. They had joined classes, local classes around. That's when I got curious about the exam, and then I decided to start collect all the information about the exam. How it's conducted, what is the pattern, and so on. This was about February. And by April of this year, I decided I should be giving GRE by August, because usually most of the engineering students prefer either March or August slot. As I had made up my mind by April, I decided August would be a better month to give my exam.
So that is a perfect plan, I should say, because you had thought about the GRE exam in December itself. So generally people spend less time in gathering information. They would directly search for options where they can prepare for the GRE exam immediately. But unlike others, you've spent time on like analyzing when you should prepare. That's really nice. Students would definitely gain a lot out of this. Now, Manjari, I should definitely also know why did you actually, when did you exactly start your preparations?
I started after I was done with my SEM 6 exam, because SEM 6 in particular is really a busy period. We have projects and all to do. So once I was done with my semester 6 final exams, I started preparing for GRE, so precisely June 8th.
So, in that case, you must have just completed your semester exams and then immediately you've started your GRE preparations. Is it right, Manjari?
Yeah, exactly. Because I had already taken my date, which was on August 8th. So 2 months I had in hand. So as soon as I was done, I think my exam ended on 5th of June. I did take a break of 2 days, but my GRE HSF case had prepared a plan for me, which began from June 8th.
Wow, actually, definitely not most of us would feel like studying something again just after the semester exam. Now, guys, tell me, after your semester exams, would you feel like sitting and studying or doing anything related to studies immediately within 2 days? Yes, no, says most of us. Not at all, says Karthikeyan. Yes, only if it is GRE exam, says few. It definitely requires a lot of perseverance to do that, Manjari. Hats off to you. And can you tell us more about your GRE preparations? How did you manage time during your preparation? Because a lot of the students are either in their third year or final year, or they are working. So one big problem is they find very less time for their GRE preparations. So you are also are in the third. You were also in the third year. So how did you manage time?
Correct. See, because I had done my part of research, I knew how the exam proceeds. I mean, what is the pattern and all. It's really important to know about the exam beforehand. Otherwise, you will end up preparing in a wrong way. You don't know which direction to move. So, since I had little less than 2 months, because usually you devote last few weeks, 1 or 2 weeks for giving tests, practice test. So I had little less than 2 months for studying. So basically I used to study for around 4 to 6 hours a day on the whole, but it wasn't like continuous. There's no rigid figure. I used to study as and when I would feel like. Also, I'll make sure that I don't study at a stretch, because then you're sure to get bored very soon and you may even give up. So I would take small breaks in between, but make sure that whenever I'm studying, I would give complete attention and concentration to only the thing I am doing then.
Oh, that's really great. What actually did you do? Did you read words? What was your strategy towards preparation?
Okay. Yeah, see, like, because I had online class, I had a plan given by my SFAs, wherein they had scheduled what all I have to cover in a day, particular day, be it for verbal or for quant. I used to go accordingly. Apart from that, I used to do words, a lot of them regularly. I would communicate with my friends using those GRE words, so that, this practice is really essential. You need to keep on using those words, otherwise you tend to forget them. So I will say my SFAs and their plan given by them played a biggest role in my entire preparation. And since I had very little time compared to my peers who studied for 6 months altogether, I had to do a proper planning as to what all to cover every day. Otherwise, I would be lagging behind.
Wow. So that's really great, because it generally takes close to 3 months or minimum of 4 months for a person to prepare. So it only displays your dedication towards your preparation if you were able to prepare in 2 months. Now, guys, shall we go in detail? Shall we discuss in detail about Manjari's GRE preparations? How did she prepare for each section? I'm already getting questions related to how you prepared for your verbal section, which is that's true. Yes. How did you prepare for your verbal section? It should have popped in front of me at least for the 200th time.
Okay, I think that's the mystery thing. Most of them are curious about it, right?
Yes.
See, well, it may sound very weird to most of them. Some may think I'm crazy, but the biggest strategy I had adopted is I read around 3 novels, good English novels, and I saw loads and loads of English TV shows. Although I used to see them even before my GRE preparation, this was the time when I used to see. The only difference, the major difference that I did was, this time I had my phone dictionary, a paper and a pen with me all the time, be it while reading a novel or while seeing TV shows. That's because whenever I used to come across any new word, if I had seen it, if it's new or something that seems to be important, not used very often, I would jot it down. I would see to it that I check the meaning immediately as soon as possible, and I'd also try to use it. the main aim was, because it's important, I had known from my seniors and my classes that knowing the, not only knowing the word, but also the context in which they are used is very important. And I feel that reading books, newspapers and TV shows was the best way to do that. So it may seem weird, but if actually you do it diligently, it works really well.
Yes, that's really nice. That's a very beautiful technique, in fact. Now, a lot of us, even I am very interested to know what were the novels that created this magic. What was the novels and TV shows? Can you name a few?
Yeah, sure. TV shows, most of you must be already seeing them. There was a Big Bang Theory, there was House, there was Castle. All of these were Star Wars shows. See, these are general shows, but if you notice the kind of language that they speak and the way they express their ideas, they use loads and loads of words. Often we tend to ignore them, but since I used to see them with subtitles, I could see the words, and if I come across anything, I would immediately make note of it. Maybe I wouldn't be able to check it immediately in the dictionary, but write it down somewhere. Also, novels, I read a few of them from Jeffrey Archer, like Cain and Abel. Then I read few novels from E.L. James, 50 Shades of Grey. All those books had, the authors are really amazing. Their literature, language, everything is very amazing. So those are the few TV shows and novels that I had seen during those 2 months.
Those are really good novels, actually, Manjari. Cain and Abel by Jeffrey Archer.
Jeffrey Archer.
It's a very beautiful book. It's a very nice book. And the TV shows which you mentioned, like Big Bang Theory and a few other TV shows, definitely, I guess, all our students will go and watch it and load their satellites with, and the people would definitely think what is happening to our channels. Is it true, guys? Will you all? That is definitely going to happen. Is it true? Yes, Rohini says yes. Yes, sure, says Aniket. Okay, so that is definitely a way, it is in a way deviating from the serious preparation, but still it is going to definitely help you to prepare for your verbal section. Now, Manjari, generally students think that we have to prepare 3,500 words for the GRE verbal section. So what kind of steps did you take, like apart from TV shows and English novels, apart from reading these, how many words did you learn?
I think I had done officially from the list, I had done around 1,500 words. I was provided with a list on GRE Edge module, as well as I had referred some Manhattan word list as well. But on the whole, I think most of the words that I could remember very well were the ones which I had come across in the book and the shows. That's because I knew the context as well. And the GRE Edge module had this very innovative technique of providing word as well as the picture relating to the word and the sentences. So I used to go through those words very often. I had an app provided by you. I think also communicating with my friends helped me a lot, because I had few GRE preparing friends. So we used to make a point that we would discuss some of the small topics using GRE word. This way we could be actually informing them about a new word, as well as you will be able to learn about the new word. And 3,500 words, I know I have come across people who really try to rot up around 3,000 to 4,000 words at a go. But trust me guys, learning so many words doesn't help unless you know how to use them, where to use them, which context they belong to. Just learning the words and the meaning won't help you anywhere. Although, yeah, it is important to know the word, but without knowing the context and usage, it doesn't really matter how many words you do. Whatever you do, you must do it properly. That's it.
That was very true, Manjari. Thank you for sharing that to all our students. Definitely knowing the context and using the words regularly will definitely help you. Prabhu here also agrees with you. I guess most students will agree with that. And when speaking with us, Manjari also mentioned an app. We'll be sharing that app with you. That is called the WordBot, guys. This is a picture-based word list which we have developed. We'll be sharing that link with all of you. You can use it for your GRE preparations. Rahul and others who want to know the books that she read, I'll just tell you, but you can read any books for this matter, for this sake. This is Cain and Abel by Jeffrey Archer, and I don't remember the next book. I mean, it is Shades of Grey. Can you please repeat it, Manjari?
50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James.
Okay, so did you hear all that, guys? Okay, so thank you very much. Now let us all go to let us discuss about the quantitative reasoning preparation. Yes. Okay, so now we are here with Manjari, who actually aimed to score 170 in her GRE, but still she scored 164, which is also a very great score in the GRE exam. Now we are going to discuss about her quantitative reasoning preparations. Now Manjari, how did you prepare for your quantitative reasoning section?
Well, I started from day one with my concepts. It's really important that you are clear with all the concepts, because there are some times when you come across tricky sums and you may end up spending a lot of time without coming with a proper output. So it was really important for me as well as others, I'm sure, that you should be clear with the concept. So right from day one, I used to cover topics as mentioned by my SFA. And I used to solve the problems given in modules. Since I had joined GRE Edge, I was provided with some problem questions at the end of each module. Apart from this, I did very few sums from outside. Like if I find any topic tough, I used to refer books like Manhattan Phi LP. Not much, just 1 or 2 topics. And yeah, paper solving helps a lot. At the end, when I had solved I had given many tests, around 10 to 15 tests. One thing that's very important in quantitative preparation, most of us tend to ignore, is going through the solution. Even if you got the answer right while giving a test or while solving any problem, see to it that you go through alternative solutions provided in the book. This is because for this particular sum, it may seem to be weird or funny or maybe tougher problem, wherein that solution proves to be easier or shorter. So always make sure that you go through all the solutions provided without fail. It may be boring, it may be time consuming, but I think that strategy of mine helped me a lot at the end.
Okay. A lot of non-engineering background, I mean students who are from non-engineering backgrounds definitely find maths to be very tough, and even people who are from engineering, when it comes to the GRE exam, they find it slightly difficult because of the time management skill that they have to develop. So now Manjari, how did taking tests help you to help you to handle the quantitative reasoning section?
Basically, in quantitative reasoning, first thing, concept being clear so that you can quickly approach the problem, you know how to solve it fast. Secondly, when you give tests, you get adapted to that condition, how to work under that little pressure that you face during the exam. Also, when you solve tests, you come across more number of problems from a particular topic. So you know, if you next time you come across the same kind of problem, you know how you have to attack it. That way, I think solving within 60 minutes doesn't become a big issue for you. 60 seconds doesn't become a big issue for you. Just make sure you solve as many number of problems as possible, especially if any topic seems to be tougher for you, especially for people from non-engineering background. They often find it tough. See to it that you solve more and more number of problems, different types of problems, so that you don't find it tough in the real D-Day exam.
Wow. Okay, Manjari, on this note, I was just curious to know, did you take the GRE Edge diagnostic test?
Yeah, I had taken it. In fact, I think I had scored all right in quants. See, formulas was something I was lacking because I didn't remember most of the formulas. But yeah, formulas, once you get clear with the formulas, I think I would have rocked in the diagnostic test.
Okay, that's really nice. So learning formulas is also important. Learning them conceptually is very, very important is what she says. Generally, students find probability, permutation, combination type questions to be difficult. So how did you manage these type of questions? Did you really find them difficult?
No, not really. These are some topics I find really interesting since my junior college days. So basically probability, permutation, combination are all more of concept. If you know the concept, how to think, how to take up a problem, it won't be really difficult. It's only because people tend to go mechanically. They just by heart the formulas and then try to apply the formulas. In that, if you proceed that way, yeah, you tend to make a lot of mistakes. Even I had due to lack of little preparation, I was losing my scores initially, but then I solved few extra problems. I got on the track, and then it was an easy cakewalk. I think probability, permutation, combination are some topics where you can definitely score very well.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Manjari. Guys, I see a lot of you have a lot of questions regarding quants, regarding verbal section, how to manage time, how to learn words. I'm really able to see all your questions. I'll pick few good questions and I'll post it to Manjari definitely by the end of this seminar. So, shall we proceed with the seminar for a while and then post the questions to Manjari? Guys, I'll just, can you please give me a minute? I'll just check out what is this disturbance that is coming. I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay?
మమ్మీ కొంచెం స్లో మాట్లాడాలి. హలో
Can you all hear me, guys? Manjari, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So, guys, the problem is resolved. Thank you once again. Now we were discussing about the analytical writing assessment section. So how did you prepare yourself for the AWA section, Manjari?
Well, AWA, I had been given some samples provided in my GRE preparation by the GRE Edge SFAs as well. There were modules for AWA. Apart from that, I went through few samples provided in some GRE books like Manhattan 5LB. There are around 10 to 15 AWA topics, samples provided there. Because English isn't our primary language, initially I used to find it a little tough to express my ideas in a proper English format using those GRE words and all. So a little practice helped me. Also, I went through the pool provided on the ETS, official ETS website. There they have given around 150 topics from which you get the topic for your AWA in the actual exam as well. So by going through those topics, it helped me a bit because I could make out what are the domains usually covered for AWA. So yeah, practicing few of them helped me. Also, improving your typing skill helps a lot in AWA.
Thank you very much. That is actually true. Guys, actually I expected her to say that because in your AWA section you are required to type essays. We are generally not used to type a lot until we graduate from our college. So definitely you have to improve your typing skills in order to perform very well in your AWA section. Now Manjari, what was your AWA score?
I got 3.5.
Okay, any score more than 3.5 is known to be a very good AWA score, guys. So it requires a lot of efforts so that you will be able to score 3.5. Just try to practice as many essays as possible. So on an average, how many essays you would have practiced, Manjari?
I think I hadn't done really much. I think I had solved, yeah, six of them, because there are 2 sections in AWA. I had done 6 of each of them.
Wow. Okay. So now, guys, we had discussed a lot about her GRE section-wise preparation. Now let us all know from her about her GRE experience. How did she feel on the day of the exam? So are you all interested to know about that? Yes, everyone is very, very interested to know about your GRE experience, Manjari. Even I am very, very interested. I am very eagerly waiting for that. Now, how did you feel a few days before the GRE exam, and you had very few days for the GRE? How did you feel?
Well, frankly, it's very common. I was very tense as usual. Most of them are. The thing is, I had done a lot of practice tests also, so I was sort of adapting to that kind of condition. Also, it's really important. My parents, my friends, everyone were really encouraging, motivating me. My elder sister was always there. Whenever you hit that low point, they used to be there. They would encourage, don't worry, Manjari, you'll do fine. Don't worry. They ensure that I don't break down at any point, and I think that was the most important thing for me. It helped really well. Also, the practice test helped me because I had given many practice tests, especially I used to see to it. My slot was from 12 to 4 in the afternoon. I had given most of the tests during the same duration. So that way I had tried to adapt my body to all the conditions of actual GRE.
That's true. Sitting for 4.5 hours to write an exam, an online exam, is definitely not easy, and without practice, it might be very difficult for one to get adapted to the nature of the test. Now, Manjari, I would also like to know, how did you feel on the day of the exam?
As usual, initially I was a bit going home to the center, but I made sure that I left a little early. I didn't want to take any risk since it was a new place for me. And I reached well before time at the center, which I think, being here, I always suggest everyone, please make sure you be there on time, little before time, before the time you are supposed to report there, so that you don't get that anxiety, your anxiety levels are in control. Also, surprisingly, I didn't feel much tense once I was there in the center. The people there all were really cool. They made sure that no student is scared or frightened. They would talk to you normally. I think all that environment was really chilling for me.
So fortunately, your environment created that energy within you. I hope all our students also get that positive energy around around them on the day of their exams. Now, I could definitely connect my day, my first day when I felt this. Like it was my 10th standard board exams, where I felt very nervous, but fortunately, I could do well. So all of us in one stage, we would have definitely faced this situation, and GRE, when it is a career deciding option, it is even more scary. Right now, shall we discuss something very cool now? Now we've discussed about the GRE preparations for such a long time, so we have something really cool and funny to discuss now. So what was the crazy moment that happened during your GRE preparation period, Manjari?
Well, as most of you must have felt when I suggested for verbal, my family members thought I'm really crazy because they used to find me reading novels or watching TV shows or maybe seeing some newspapers. Actually, many people thought I have given up GRE preparation, I wasn't studying and so on, but nobody actually realized that that was my special strategy for making verbal preparation interesting. So yeah, that was the most crazy moment in my entire 2 months of preparation.
So definitely none of us will forget it, not me and not you, definitely, right? Okay, so that was really nice. Now guys, I mean, Baba here says that worked anyway. That actually worked for you. That's really cool, Manjari. Now guys, are you aware about the post GRE procedures? That is, after your GRE exam, you have to do certain things and improve your profile. Are you all aware about that? How many of you already know that? Few of you say no and some of you say yes. Okay. In fact, guys, I'll just share a few things about what you should do after your GRE exam. Manjari is also here to share a little about what else forms a part of your profile apart from your GRE score. Now, how are you planning to improve your profile? You already have a beautiful GRE score, Manjari. So apart from this, how are you planning to improve your profile so that you manage to get into a very good university?
Well, I had done few projects throughout my BE course, so I plan to publish few papers on them. Also because overall whatever is considered there is your GRE total marks and your aggregate. Apart from that, co-curricular are also given good amount of weightage. So yeah, publishing few papers and doing some good projects in the field of my interest are right now on my plan.
Okay. Manjari, fortunately or unfortunately, I do not know. A lot of students do not find enough guidance or motivation to prepare to submit a research paper or to submit a paper presentation. They are clueless about how they should proceed with these procedures in India, at least. So, what tips would you like to give to the audience today?
See, if sure. If anyone in the audience is in first or second year, I think it's really right time for you to start collecting information about what exactly papers are about, the technical paper presentations happening around you. Try to involve yourself in those so that you get adapted to how exactly these procedures proceed. I mean, there are 2-3 types of technical papers that you can publish. Also, there are many journals. You should have information about this. In fact, unfortunately, even I wasn't aware about these stuff before my GRE and MS plan, because most of us in India are not really into publishing papers or doing any technical stuff. We just always see about scoring marks. So, if you are in first or second year, this is really right time for you to start making out what all things exist to improve your profile right away. For those in third or fourth year, you may have done a lot of projects throughout your course, right? And there may be something that interests you, some domain, some topic. You can download few papers, maybe 20 to 30 papers on those topics, go through them, if you have any idea, you think, oh, this could have been brought up here, this could be a solution to the existing problem, you can topic. I mean, most of them are not even aware what exactly a paper is. So this is how publishing a paper proceeds. See to it, Google how a paper is published, what all goes into it, what all are the parts of the paper. I think that will really help you a lot. Talk to some faculty in your college. Experienced faculty can always help you out in these matters. So just don't hesitate. Go ahead. There are people who will help you out in these.
Thank you very much. That is definitely a very good tip for all of our students. They would definitely make use of this. Thank you for sharing it with us. They'll definitely proceed with that. Now guys, Manjari has prepared only for 60 days for her GRE with us, and she has managed to score 325 within these 60 days. Now are you all interested to know how she did it? Yes, lot of them are very interested to know this. So even I am very interested. Let us see. Let us discuss more about this. Now, first, when did you first hear about GRE Edge, Manjari?
It was. I think it was in middle of the exams when I was just surfing on my Facebook page when I suddenly came across a GRE Edge ad. And the thing is, I wanted someone to help me out, to at least guide me a bit in a right direction during these 2 months, because I didn't want to fall in a wrong way, and then because I didn't have much time to go on correct path once if I start on a wrong note. So most or in August or September. So I didn't even have an option to take an admission anywhere around in the classes. So when I came across the ad, I immediately checked what are the details, what are all the plans available and all. And I found it really flexible and affordable. So eventually I decided to, also the person who addressed me explained me really well. It was really convincing enough. So I joined the GRE Edge finally.
Yes, actually, do you remember, Manjari, the first person who talked or spoke to you and the person who invited you for the guest seminar was the same person? Did you know that?
Yeah, it's the same. Sunil, yeah, I know. Mr. Sunil was the one who had explained me the entire thing there.
Okay, all right. Now, Manjari, you said during your preparations, you definitely all of us would have highs and lows, and for you especially, you said motivation was a key factor, and you had people around to motivate you, keep you motivated for your GRE preparation. Now, in that case, what role did your student facilitators, that is personal trainers at GRE Edge, what role did they play?
Well, they had really big role in my preparation, especially my verbal SFA. Mr. Jitendra Gaglani was really amazing. I had all those silly doubts, you always, while you're studying, you always come across some other stupid doubt. Why is this so? Why is that so? And I used to never fear. I used to post it. And the best part was my SFAs would never rubbish it. They would always address and answer my questions as soon as possible, maximum 2 days, and that helped a lot. Also, my quant SFA was really sweet. I never needed much help there, but if there was any topic I used to find really tough, if I was scoring really low, she would ensure that she would provide me with some extra sums to solve so that I can improve even in those parts. So yeah, SFAs were really helpful in that matter.
Okay, Manjari just now told that when she really scored less, her quant SFA will motivate her. But do you know what was Manjari's really low score out of 10? Can anyone guess? Her quant SFA just shared with me today, Manjari had scored 10 out of 10 in most of the tests. Was that true, Manjari?
Yeah, it was true.
It was true.
But
yes. So that, I guess that really low score would have been 9.
No, not really. There were 1 or 2 topics. I think geometry, which needs a lot of practice before you master the topic. So there, I think I had scored a 6 in one test. Yeah. Otherwise, I used to score between 8 to 10 most of the time.
Okay. Now Manjari has been surprising us with a lot of tips and techniques which she followed for her GRE exam. Now, shall we all give one surprise to Manjari? We have a rapid fire session with you, Manjari. We have few questions.
Okay.
We'll just shoot it at you. You have to quickly answer these questions. Okay?
Sure, I'll try my best. Yeah.
Alright, so what was your favorite section in the GRE exam? Was it verbal or quant?
It was squats.
Okay, so what was your favorite GRE word?
GRE word. Okay, equanimity.
What does that mean, Manjari?
Equanimity is keeping calm state of mind under any kind of situation.
Okay. Now, what was the toughest problem you faced while preparing for your GRE quants?
That was one in geometry. I think it was some surface area. The sum was really tough. I couldn't crack it even after cracking my head for 20 minutes. So I think that was the worst problem I ever came across.
That's nice. Now, what was the most challenging verbal section?
I would say it was passages, the long passages. They used to really need a lot of attention at a stretch. So yeah.
I guess all of us would have definitely agree. Long passages are the most difficult ones to clear in the GRE exam. Now, how would you rate your GRE experience on a scale of 1 to 5?
I think 3.5.
3.5. Okay, that's a very good score. So, if you were confident about one topic, one section in your entire GRE preparation, if you're very, very confident about one topic, which topic is that?
Okay, I would say that will be quants probabilities.
Wow, probability. That's really amazing. Okay, so who's your favorite student facilitator? Is it Jitendra sir or Mahalakshmi ma'am?
Okay, I'm not going to be biased. I think it is Mahalakshmi ma'am.
Wow. Okay, I have a surprise at this. I just wanted to tell you that. I have a surprise at the end. I'll tell you what it is. What was your favorite GRE Edge feature?
Favorite GRE Edge teacher?
Feature. F-E-A.
Oh, feature. Okay, I think that is InstaDout.
InstaDout. So how did you use it, Manjari?
Whenever I used to come across any problem and I feel there is something weird or amiss in the solution, I would immediately go to InstaDout. Also, if I have any doubt, before asking the doubt, InstaDout had previous students, whoever had asked questions or doubt on the same problem, would be displayed there along with the solutions by their SFAs. So even by going through those, most of your doubts are cleared. So I think it was actually instant as mentioned by the name.
That's really nice. So it should have definitely helped you. How would you rate your experience with GRE Edge? Kunal wants to know this.
Well, GRE Edge helped a big time for me to score well. So yeah, you get a 9 on 10 for sure.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy for that. And can you tell your GRE Edge experience in one word?
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that, Manjari, and your rapid fire is done. Thank you very much for that. And I have a few more slides to discuss. After that, I'll take a few questions from our participants today. And Manjari, while you were preparing for your GRE with GRE Edge, did you find any necessity to prepare from any other sources?
Not really. I mean, most of the, I'm not like exaggerating this, but most of the modules provided by GRE were quite sufficient in themselves. But yeah, for some topics like I mentioned before, for probability and all, if I needed some extra practice or so, I used to refer Manhattan 5LB. In fact, for most of the stuff, I would go there. And for words, I may have Googled sometimes here and there for alternative explanations as well. I think that was important for me most of the time. But otherwise, GRE's modules were more than sufficient. So that's the only thing I referred most of the time.
Okay, thank you very much. We are really happy that we have created a product that suited your GRE requirements completely. And what is that one message that you want to share to the future high scorers here? They want to score high in the GRE exam, that's why they're here. What would you want to share to them?
Well, I would say, see, most of us see GRE as a big tough monster to conquer. It's nothing like that. Just don't work under pressure to excel. Feel happy, work wholeheartedly, make your process of studying enjoyable, like the way I did with my verbal preparation. Same thing goes with quants for those who find it difficult. Make it interesting so that you always stick to it, you don't give up. And trust me, if you are diligent and persistent in your work, you can definitely score more than what you anticipate at the beginning.
Wow. Thank you very much, Manjari. I thank you on behalf of all the participants here. That was a really one great thing, because they used to dread the GRE exam about how they're going to score and how the society is going to perceive them and a lot of other things. Rishabh here says he really respects your determination. Abhijit thanks you very much. So definitely, they're all happy to have you here. Thank you very much, Manjari. You've given a lot
Lord,
of.
I hope I am helpful to you all people here.
Rohan says you're an inspiration to us. Definitely, thank you very much. And you have given us a lot of surprises. Now, at last, I just have one more beautiful surprise for you. What do you think it could be, Manjari? Any guess?
I don't know. I am really out of any guesses.
Okay, no problem. Your student facilitator, Mahalakshmi ma'am, has shared a note for you. She says you're a sincere, hardworking student, and she wishes you the best throughout your career.
That's really sweet of her. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Both of you were really nice and amazing SFAs I got. Thank you very much.
Alright, okay. So guys, shall we have a question answer round with Manjari? I'll take few questions from you and I'll post it to Manjari. Manjari, is it fine? Can you answer few questions for the participants today?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Vivek wants to know, how did you crack reading comprehension?
Well, even I was initially really weak because most of us are not used to reading long informative passages. So yeah, initially even I used to go wrong in most of the questions. But see to it that you keep practicing more and more passages. Also start reading newspapers, especially stuff like New York Times. The kind of English that you come across in these passages is really different from the one regular newspaper. So see to it that you read, and also yeah, more and more different topics. You are not presented with a particular domain only, not only geography, not only science. So read more and more articles from different places. Google them, you get a lot of articles online as well. So reading is the best way to crack reading section. Reading more and more stuff is the best way, I must say.
Okay, thank you very much, Manjari. We have another question posted by Nitin. From which source did you take full-length tests?
I had GRES itself to provide me. They provided me with 4 full-length tests. Apart from that, the usual Power Prep 1 and 2 that is provided by ETS website. Yeah, that's it. I think I did only those 6 full-length tests. And I had 10 only quant, only verbal style tests in the modules provided here. I didn't go beyond these. I solved only those.
Okay. Niharika wants to know, how many words did you cover per day?
See, frankly, I used to do around 25 or 30 max to max, because anything more than that I wouldn't be able to recollect them by next day, so it wasn't of any use. Initially, though I started with around 50-60 words, it didn't really help me. So I kept a limit of 30 and I used to revise it once again, maybe in 2 or 3 days. Yeah, that's how I used to proceed. There wasn't a fixed number actually. Anywhere around 30 was the max I used to do.
Okay, 30 per day. That's a really good number. Now, Ashwin here wants to know some tips to crack probability because he tends to do a lot of mistakes in the probability section.
Okay. Well, Ashwin, you're on the boat, same boat as most of the students out there. See, the common mistake that I have observed among my friends as well is don't learn the formulas and try to solve the problem. First, understand how the formula has come up. What is like this much out of this much, but what is the numerator, what is there in the denominator, what are the variables standing for, and how to interpret the question is another challenge. Most of us tend to lack paying attention to that part. See, first learn how to interpret the problem. What is the information given, you should be able to make out that. Once you're able to do that, and once you know the concept, how exactly the formula has evolved, you can definitely beat the probability like nothing.
Okay, so you have, I mean, apart from learning the formulas, one has to be conceptually strong. So that is what she also wants to say, I guess. Nadi here wants to know how far GRE Edge helped you in your GRE preparation.
Well, as I have told before, I did most of my preparation only through GRE. I didn't go anywhere beyond that because I didn't have much time with me. So yeah, most of the, I would say 85 to 90% of my preparation was through GRE only.
Okay. Thank you, Manjari. We have Ashwini here. Ashwini wants to know what was your inspiration to work this hard?
When you have something, you have a dream to achieve something, you want this. Once I had that determination in my heart, I think it wasn't really tough for me. It never felt tiring. Yeah, that's how it helps. Once you should have a determination to score well. That's it. And it will take you there.
That's really nice. Determination alone can take you this far. It's really superb to believe in it. Shivani here wants to know how much time you spent in each section, and can you also mention the section of priority during your preparation?
I don't think I ever had any particular fixed amount of time for any section. That is because I used to proceed as and when. I used to get up a little early and then I would start my day like maybe, see, I had my SAP planned out that for this day you have to cover this much. I knew what all are the topics that I need to cover in one day. So I would solve as per leisure. I mean, maybe 3-4 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the morning, and then take a break, resume back in around 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was never fixed. I would just try to complete my module. That's it. There wasn't any particular fixed amount of time I would devote for anything.
Wow. Okay. Now, at any point of time, did you get frustrated about your GRE?
Well, everybody hits the high point. I guess even I had that. There was around, I think, 1 month had passed, and I had most of the time, I think my geometry preparation was concentrated in that area, and I used to get really frustrated because I'm not really good at geometry. I used to score a little less. So that was one point where I was really badly frustrated. I wanted to give up. But yeah, make sure you have people around you, as I told before. They should be there to motivate you, keep you up in the spirit, and that helped me to continue my work. Once I cleared that hurdle, I think rest all preparation went very smoothly.
That's really nice to hear, Manjari. Happy for you. Sairam here wants to know that he has only 40 days for the GRE exam. How should he use his time?
Well, I hope you know all the information about how the exam is conducted and all. You shouldn't waste time in that now. Start first collecting proper material, maybe 1 or 2 books, and then attack all the sections topic wise. Make a plan for yourself how you are supposed to proceed. because it shouldn't happen that you initially spend loads of time for few topics and then end up hurrying through the rest of the topics. Ensure you plan out very well, and also at the end of maybe for last 10 to 12 days, make sure you give enough number of practice tests available online. I think that should help you.
Okay. So what is the best material you suggest for the verbal section, Manjari?
See, because I had done most of it through GREL, apart from that, I think passages from online, there is a codecoax.com. That's one site which is very famous among GRE aspirants. There you can get a lot of practice for it. For AWA, go through the pool, practice few of them. I think that will be enough for you. For words, take up some lists. If you are joining GREL, there are word lists provided. Fix to one list. Don't wander here and there. Start with new list every other day. That's really frustrating. You won't be able to cover anything and do anything productive. So for words, go through a particular list. Do few words every day, and make sure you revise them as well. This is really important because most of us tend to ignore revision, and at the end of the month you realize you don't recollect any of the word at all. So that's of no use at all.
Okay. A lot of the students here are interested to know about that site. That site is called codecoax, codecoax.com, and this site actually has been shut down very recently on August 31st, I guess. So we were all very disappointed.
I was done with that.
Yeah, by then you got your preparations done. So a lot of students would be very frustrated about that. But even I was actually very sad that this got shut down. Okay, now Rahul here wants to know how much you would recommend to join GRE Edge.
Well, I think if you have less time, you want a good plan, affordable, flexible, everything on those terms, 4.5 to 5 on 5. You have to join GRE. It's really amazing way to prepare for your GRE exam. I'm not exaggerating, neither am I advertising it. I'm not even paid here, right? So it's a genuine response to you. It's really helpful, it's really useful. You may even talk to people who have joined there. It's a really good way to prepare for your GRE exam.
Okay, that was really nice way of expressing it, Manjari. Thank you. And Kunal here wants to know, first did you book your date or first did you start your preparations?
No, I actually booked my date first because since I wanted to go it immediately after my BTech, August was an appropriate time, and the date also, remember guys, the dates are released around 3 to 4 months before, so it's really important, and these dates get filled up really fast. So you have to decide quickly and book your date. If you have enough time on hand, I think preparing first and then going for booking is fine. But in my case, I had really less time, and I was already pre-prepared that I want to give it in August. So I had booked my date before preparation.
All right. Thank you very much, Manjari. Thank you very much for giving this seminar and also patiently answering all our questions and spending time with us after college hours, especially. Thank you very much. So, guys, do you have few words for Manjari? Shivani says your answers were so productive. Thank you very much for that, Manjari.
Thank you, Shivani.
Abhijit says that you're awesome. You were so informative. Okay, really, that's true. So a lot of students are giving a lot of they have definitely found very good value from this seminar. I should really thank from GRE Edge for making it because you made it to this seminar and you shared the information to all the students, and definitely they would have got benefited out of this seminar. Guys, on this note, I'll just tell you, we will upload this seminar recording on YouTube shortly. Maybe before tomorrow afternoon, you'll have the link. So you can use this seminar, you can hear her answers again and then follow her approach if you have few days for your GRE exam. Now, how many of you here want to know about the GRE Edge procedure? How we train students to score as high as possible in the GRE exam? A lot of them want to know. Okay, Shivani, a lot of you. So I will be happy to tell you that Manjari has shared enough about the GRE procedures, but still for others who really want to know, I will just share a few things. Now guys, as soon as you join your GRE Edge program, it can be any program. We have various programs ranging from 14 days to 1 year. You can choose the right program you want. And as soon as you join, first you'll get an orientation call from your personal trainers. We'll be allocating 2 personal trainers, one for your verbal section and one for your quant section. They'll first ask you to take a diagnostic test. This test will help you to understand yourself, and it will also help your personal trainers to understand your weaker and your stronger sections. And based on your weaker areas, you will be given a study plan, and this study plan will focus on improving your weaker areas. After that, you will be learning lessons based on, following the study plan one by one. After each lesson, you will be given session-based tests and surprise tests just to ensure that you have understood whatever you have learned. And Manjari has actually mentioned about this InstaDoubt feature. That is her favorite feature, where all the students would have raised, most of the students would have raised doubts, and you would find solutions for this doubt. So chances are that if you have a doubt, you can get your answers, get your doubts answered just by looking at these doubts raised by other students. And though this is an online training, online program, however far the personal trainers are, they'll be monitoring you every millisecond, and they'll be guiding you, like how Jitendra sir and Mahalakshmi ma'am were guiding Manjari to Manjari to score high in her GRE score. That is how we train all the students also. Contact details of GRE Edge. So we have the mobile number and the GRE Edge website. So you can mail us or call us on this number regarding your GRE related doubts. We'll be happy to guide you regarding your with your GRE preparations. Okay, thank you once again for making it to this seminar. Okay, we'll be happy to guide you also, like how we guided Manjari. All the best once again, guys. Good night.